What's up, guys? Welcome back to Gotians Games. Welcome back to another SAOIF video, and in today's video we are going over the latest update, which is the April Fool's event. Even though they're not really calling it April Fool's, but that's what it's for. The event dropped Japan Standard Time at April 1st, and so we have this event here. As you can see, they changed the login screen as well to have Kid Kirito and Kid Asuna with a silhouette behind them. Now, let's go ahead and log in here. That way we can take a look at the event itself, as well as the other things that drop with it, such as the new skills that came and the skill that you can farm for as well. So there's quite a bit of things that dropped. Not only did this update come along, but we also had the next portion of the Alicization event, where you can get Kirito's sword as your avatar. You know, if you guys joined me on my live stream, we already did that grind. We did the grind for the sword, the avatar sword, and we actually did the grind for the April Fool's event. So you know, it's a quick event. It's not very hard at all. This event in particular is actually catered towards new players, because the hardest event is level 40. So, and you can grind the equipment or the items pretty fast. So let's go here. Let's go into the notifications. So we can take a look at everything that dropped within the past 2 days. So the first one would be right here. Let's look at this one. The Alice and Eugeo 4-star skill guaranteed on step 3. They're just calling it Alice and Eugeo step up order. Now, my problem with this step up here is the fact that on step 2, it's discounted half off. I've always said step 1 should be 50% off on every single banner. Step 1 should be half off, because if you take a look at Sword Art Online Memory Defrag, every time a new banner drops, step 1 is always discounted 50%. Now, having a step 2 50% makes no sense to me. If you want people summoning on these banners and wasting their arcana, the best way to do it is make step 1 be 50% off. Okay, now as far as whether you should order on this banner or not, well, that is entirely up to you whether you can make it to step 3 or not. If you can make it all the way to step 3, I would say this is a pretty damn good banner to roll on. It has a lot of good skills, including some of my favorite skills, which would be the Asuna skill, the where is it here? The Underworld Asuna. I don't want to say Asuna. I got Asuna on the brain. The Underworld Knight Alice skill and the Underworld Swordsman Eugeo skill. Both of those being very, very good skills. Those dropped around, I believe, November, and I still use them. It's very, very hard to find a replacement for those two skills, because this Alice skill, she will heal you for 10% of your maximum HP for each enemy hit when used on switch. It's an AoE skill, very quick, and does very, very good amounts of damage. And the Eugeo skill, it's an AoE skill as well, very quick, and on top of that, it gives you a backflip, which actually gets you out of harm's way, which has saved me quite a number of times. And it, based on your defense, it will take your defensive stat, add it to your basic attack, and that way you can do tremendous amounts of damage on your basic attacks as well. So that's why I absolutely love both of these skills. I did a showcase on both of these skills, and I will link those, at least one of them. I'll link the Eugeo skill at the end of this one, and I'll put the Alice down in the description for you guys to check out as well. On top of that, there's a lot of good skills besides those two on this banner. Now, the rates are not that great. Okay, 1.3% total drop rates, not that good. And then even on step 3, it still keeps the 1.3% drop rate, but at least you're guaranteed to get one 4-star featured skill. So that's something to keep in mind when you're going on this banner. All right, if you can't go all the way to step 3, skip the banner. All right, skip the. You're gonna waste 2,500 Arcana gems. You're not guaranteed anything. So only if you can go all the way. Okay. Next one. 10% Arcana gems. I mean, that comes and goes. That's if you go to buy Arcana gems, they give you a 10% more when you buy them. Anime Broadcast Celebration Event Part 8. Otherworldly Black Blade is here. This is the one where we get Kirito's sword as our avatar. Now, in order to get this, you have to run Part 7. And in Part 7, you get an item, which they're not showing here. You get the item, which is, it's the tree branch. Otherworldly Big Tree Fragment. So you take that, that's what you get from part 7, and you go over here and you run this event. Now beating this event, which this is the boss right here, this boss monster. Beating this boss right here will drop the Otherworld Grindstone. Now the Otherworld Grindstone is what you then use in order to produce the sword as your avatar weapon. So taking both of these, and then you go and into the crafting section and you go ahead and make them there. So, you know, on top of that, the event itself, again, is very easy to run. We ran it really fast. We only ran through depth, because that's honestly all you need to do is just run through one of them. You could solo entry and interior, and you'll have enough to be able to craft the avatar weapon. So that's not even, it's not even like it's a big deal. As far as the items that you can get in here, they're kind of just meh. The only ones that are really worth, in my opinion, is in depth, because you get refining hammer plus. You get the Glare Dragon Stones, you get the record frame larges, and you get release crystal. On over here, you don't get those you know, the higher tier items. You get the lower tier ones. So running these two is kind of pointless in my opinion. Just run the depth, you'll be fine. And then you also have the challenge rewards. Again, you know, the only ones that's really worth it at this point is the depth challenge rewards, only because the record frame L's. You know, you get in the interior, you get the record frame L's as well, but you don't really need to run the entry and interior. That would be a waste of time. Just being 100% real with you guys, don't run those. Waste of time. Just get into a party, run depth, you're good. It's not that hard either, so don't even worry about it. All right, so now we get into let's get into the next banner, the newest banner that came up, which is the Young Sleuth's Order. Now, this is a new type of skill that they apparently wanted to put in. It's called the new debuff, weakness detection added. It's cool. It's a cool gimmick, but it's not really necessary. So let's go look at these. The Kirito skill, 800% damage, AoE hit. It's not bad. That's actually pretty decent as far as damage goes. And then once you use it, finds the enemy's weakness for 15 seconds at a specific rate. And then also when you use it, the critical rate plus 20% to enemy that has a weakness found. So you raise up your critical rate. And then you deal 10% additional damage of your current HP. So that's actually really cool. I like that part of it. The dealing 10% of additional damage of your current HP, that's very similar to like Mismatched Silica. But Mismatched Silica doesn't do 10%. I think she does more than that, to be honest with you. But I'm sorry, not Mismatched Silica. I was thinking about the Sachi. I don't know why I said Mismatched Silica. I was thinking about the Yu-Gi-Oh skill, because the Yu-Gi-Oh skill is very similar to Mismatched Silica. I was thinking about the Sachi skill. There's a Sachi skill that does that as well. You deal 10% of additional damage on your current HP. So the lower HP that you have, the less damage you're going to do. But it's a very good skill, especially the long run of the game. The more HP that we get, the more damage this skill is actually going to do in the long run. So it's not too bad when you look at it that way. Now we'll go to the next skill, the Asana skill. I like how it's like Master Detective. So it's Sherlock Holmes basically. So again, Pretty Holmes. So Pretty Holmes Asana. Critical damage for 15%. So that's really nice. And then the other part is attack plus 20% to an enemy that has weakness found. So these two skills go together. Now, is this a banner that you should go on? I don't think so, because the odds of you getting both of them in one multi is pretty bad. You know, if it was like a guaranteed that you're gonna get both of them or whatever, like by step 3, okay, fine. But I'm gonna say no, skip this one. Just be like, it's cool, it's a cool gimmick, but it only really works if you have both of them. That's what it comes down to. You know, if you have both of them, great. If you pull this one, all you get is critical damage, because you gotta then, you know, hopefully partner up with somebody who has the Kirito skill to put that debuff with a weakness found. Because yeah, I mean, if you pull the Kirito, okay, you're good, because you can use this skill on its own. But the Asana skill, you cannot use it on its own, and you end up just having a wasted skill. So that's where it's like, I don't think that you should pull on that banner. Really don't. That's like a hard skip. Sorry, guys. Next one, this is the April Fool's event. Sword Art Online Integral Factor. Advanced Notice Full of Dreams. This one here, it's a quick run. Like we ran this on the live stream. So it won't take you long at all. And so you talk to Cabal for the event, and you know, you go into this what they call Kirito land, as you can see right here. And in Kirito land, basically that's where the event is. The event will give you arcana gems, and running the event will also give you currency that you use to trade in for this Phantom Thief skill record. And no, it's not Joker from Persona 4 or Persona 5, I'm sorry. So sorry about that. There's no, you know, crossover event for Persona happening. But, you know, spoiler alert, 3, 2, 1. This is Yuki dressed in like magician outfit. The skill itself, I'm never gonna use it, be honest with you. It's very specific. Critical rate buff is in effect, or when critical rate buff is in effect, you deal 100 additional damage when attacking. I've never been a fan of those type of skills, to be honest with you. And then the second portion of that skill is wind element damage dealt 10 plus 5%. Again, it's not something that I would use. I don't really have a lot of wind elements. Now, if you guys have wind skills, this will actually be very good for you. So say for example you have the wind Yuki burst skill, this is actually a good partnering skill for that. But it's very specific, and I don't see myself using it. This is the boss for the event, Kirito Bot Mark II. His weakness is blunt, water, and wind elements. He goes down pretty easy. He does have one AoE charge attack that you have to break him using spears. If you don't break him, he can actually hit you pretty hard for about 6k. So be wary of that when you're fighting him. You get land passes for fighting the event, and you can trade those in for Phantom Thieves and limit break it a couple times or a few times up to +5. And then you can get like piercing stones, slicing stones, all the different kinds of stones and refining hammers. Running the event itself is actually, I would say, pretty worth, because they have some pretty decent things in it. You get a lot of, you know, not a lot, but a decent amount of release crystals. As you can see here, 3, 10, so you get 13 from here. You get from here another 5, 6. So you get some release crystals, which are nice. You get some record frames that are nice. So, you know, so there's some decent stuff in this event here. So definitely worth running it. The event is here until April 24th. Oh, I'm sorry. That's when the items disappear. The event is here until April 10th. And then on April 10th, a high-level dungeon will be added. So currently, I think we can only run depth. And I think danger will be added later. I don't remember what we were running, to be honest with you. I'd have to check. Which I could just go and check right now. But regardless, I mean, we get an addition to the event on April 10th. But, oh no, danger is here. So we're going to get like, oh, okay, I know what they're going to do. They're going to add like the super high difficulty where you can only run it like 3 times in a day or whatever it is. So, I'm not running this right now. Stop that. So that's the update for you guys. It's not that bad of an update. I mean, the event is, it's fun, to be honest with you. Like, I had a good time running it on stream with everybody. And, you know, like I said, it doesn't take a long time to run it. So, let me know what you guys think of this update down in the comment section below. Let's have the conversation as always, because I love to have the conversations with you guys. And then make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new. I will catch you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching and for your continued support. You guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out, guys.